what emotional inheritance is when it comes to your father.
We rarely speak about this.
And I found that concept extremely interesting.
See, boys don't realize unless men learn.
लेकिन कैसे हो रहा है? कौन कर रहा है?
The role of a father is evolving.
When it comes to mental and physical health of kids, we automatically put the focus on the mother. Even we as mothers tend to overlook the role that the fathers have to play with the children. Whether it's cultural conditioning or habit, mothers tend to think that they are doing the heavy lifting in the parenting journey. Whether it's the PTM or the emotional work that a child needs, the father and the child automatically look towards the mother. In the midst of all of this, when the couple becomes from 2 to 3, suddenly there's a strain that comes into the marriage. We know the woman's side way too well, feeling underappreciated, overworked, unseen, overwhelmed, but we rarely know the other perspective. Today, we have somebody who's going to decode the other perspective of what exactly men are feeling and what is it that they bring into this equation. Hi, I'm Sneha Javeri, your fellow mommy friend and the host of Mumma Approved, a podcast where I ask all your questions to the best people in the business. Today we have with us Santosh Acharya. Santosh is an engineer turned psychologist. He is a family leadership coach for husbands and fathers. He's the founder of Super Dads Alliance, a movement that helps emotional regulation and repair families. His signature system teaches men and women both to rewire their home into a space of calm and contentment. I'm so glad that we're having this conversation, and I'm sure there are so many people that are going to benefit from this conversation. So stay tuned. Hi, Santosh. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel this episode is actually going to put to rest so much anxiety and so many questions that women have about their husbands and spouses and all of that. So thank you so much for taking the time and joining me.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me for this podcast.
So I want to get into it very quickly. First of all, I want to ask you, you've spoken about something that's called emotional inheritance.
Yeah.
And I found that concept extremely interesting. And when I was reading about emotional inheritance, I came across so many articles that women have written about the inheritance that they had from their mothers and the inheritance they've given to their daughters. But rarely ever have we heard of this term when it comes to fathers. So it's very interesting, and I would really like to hear your perspective of what emotional inheritance is when it comes to your father.
Okay. So, as you said, we rarely speak about this because this is never spoken.
Yes.
Okay. And women are more talking about, talking about their inheritance and all those things they talk about, but men rarely talk about this. So, why this is important? The first thing is because we are advancing in technology in terms of knowledge, in terms of our children are coming up with a better minds right now, and they are started asking questions.
Yes.
Okay. So in most families the father is only having a burden of providing for the family, earning for the family. He was never thought of emotional inheritance in any way.
Yeah.
We were thought of only inheriting money from the family, and that was the basic need or kind of scarcity. The more you have, you feel better.
Yeah.
But emotional inheritance comes from not just the genes, but it's kind of a mirror neuron, where every man mirror neurons is father. So everything that the father does, the behavior, the way he takes stress, the way he regulates, the way he repairs something, or I mean repairing the conversation. Okay, everything that the father does, the son automatically inherits.
Yeah.
So it's kind of he knows the pulse of his father, and he is a copy of his father. So he inherits that from his father, and the same way he passes it to the child.
So when you say child, sorry I'm interrupting, but when you say child, do you mean any child? son or daughter, or do you mean usually it would be the son?
Usually it will be the son, because the son will be more with the father, but uh, the girl child, usually when the girl child reaches the age of puberty, she has a distance from the father.
Yeah.
So she will inherit more from the mother.
Okay.
But then definitely the children at the lower age, till teenage, they want their father to
Yeah.
teach them a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's not just about money, it's about a lot of other things. And the role of a father is evolving from being a provider to being a mentor in the family.
Yes.
So I see it in two ways. That I had this conversation with a very elderly man long time back. So he said, when it comes to a family, when there's a woman and a man, both have a different kind of skill. The man can, sense the danger on every action. Okay, so he knows where it could end up and what safety needs to be there. And for a woman, the skill is different. She can sense a person's energy, whether it is good or bad. Okay, so for example, when a guest comes home, so the woman will be able to judge, intuitively find the energy, whether it is healthy or not healthy.
Right.
While the man will be in conversation, he will be able to always judge on acts.
Yeah. The more practical aspect.
Yeah. So these are both different skills,
Right.
and both skills need to be respected.
Right.
So it's not just the mother teaching the children; it's the father teaching the children also.
Right.
So it's the way the father repairs after conflict. It's the way the father regulates his emotions. It's the way he gets back to normal when he's angry. It's a way the father, does things.
Right.
So when he's around, his energy becomes the home environment.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That is actually quite true. So according to you, basically how the father conducts himself, basically emotionally, financially, in every possible way, the boy child usually is imbibing all of that, if I'm understanding this correctly, and then kind of replaying that in his own life.
Yeah.
And that's what we call emotional inheritance.
Yes. So
And-
it's also how a father talks to his mother, to the wife. So I had one woman coming and telling me that her son, because her husband is usually very angry,
Yeah.
and uh, he goes out of control when he comes home,
Yeah.
and they usually have a conflict.
Right.
So now the son is started doing that
With the mother.
with the mother. So now the son has a conflict with the mother, and he says the exact things the father says. He does the same way the father says.
Yeah.
So the father pushes the mother.
Yeah.
Now the son pushes the mother.
Right. And the mother's reaction, I'm assuming, will be the same towards the father as it is towards the son.
Yeah.
Because the mind is conditioned to believe that I have to react like this.
Right.
Because you're so used to reacting like that
Yeah.
when somebody says those same words or does those same actions towards you.
Yeah.
So it's like a vicious cycle then.
Yes. She could easily see that this comes from her husband.
But she's not being able to mother the child.
Yeah.
Because she's she's becoming the role of the wife.
Yes.
Because the son is saying the same exact words that the father is saying. And then this will possibly happen with when he gets married.
Yeah.
It will possibly
To his children.
he will pass it to his children, and he will behave the same way with his wife that he's seen his father behave with
Dressing.
mother.
Yeah.
So that's actually quite scary, honestly. But what is the, how can one, suppose this boy, because we're talking about this example, suppose this boy realizes that this is my emotional inheritance and I need to maybe fix this. How does that happen?
See, boys don't realize unless men learn.
Yes.
So there was something written, if boys have to learn,
Yeah.
men have to learn first.
Right.
So it's now the parenting culture is like you teach your children,
Yeah.
not the parents.
Yes.
Parents don't want to learn.
There is one.
They want the children to learn something.
Yeah, and is it children have to become perfect by themselves.
Yeah, but children are wired by their parents.
Right.
When you teach them anything,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, see, I went to school, I was learning history, and I was like, it's a boring subject.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, what difference will it make if I learn about somebody or not?
Yeah.
Okay, I have always had this question that why this subject,
Yeah.
So, and there I never found an answer. But then later, it came as, if you know certain things, it's general knowledge.
Yeah.
And when somebody's talking about it, you can relate to it.
Yeah.
So when a child is learning something, if the parents are not learning,
Yeah.
they are missing it.
Yeah. Right. So traditionally, and even today culturally, whether it's cultural conditioning or whether it's habit or whatever we might call it, the heavy lifting in parenting, our perception as mothers is that we are the ones who are doing the heavy lifting. Where today, of course, traditionally the roles are not defined anymore as they were traditionally, sorry. The roles today are very diffused because the mother is also bringing in financial stability, as is the father. But then the mother is doing all the other emotional work, the PTMs, the play dates, the emotional work with the children. As the child is growing up, the child is also, depending more on the mother. And also most amount of fights are also happening more with the mother because the mother is that becomes that primary person. Do men, first of all, am I right in believing that women are doing a lot of especially in our country? I'm talking specifically about our country and our culture. Are we doing the heavy lifting or are we just perceiving? Is it our perception that we are doing the heavy lifting? And if we are doing the heavy lifting, then are men aware that they are not doing any heavy lifting? Or what is it? What can you decode this enchilada?
So there's a lot of things in this.
Yes.
So when you talk about traditional women were, the roles were never defined actually.
Yeah.
So it was the man has to provide money.
Yeah.
And the woman will take care of the family.
You mean the roles were defined?
Like
Traditionally.
it was like this.
Yeah.
And it was not defined. It used to carry on with the generations.
Right.
So if you look at about 6 to 10 decades back.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was nothing to do much.
Yeah.
It was a game of survival.
Right.
Okay. And now it's more than that.
Yeah.
You need a home. You need to decorate the home. You need to have lot of things go in.
Yeah.
So today women are too much occupied about too many things which are invisible.
Yeah.
Not visible to the man.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things to be done. Going to doctor, going to this, going that, bring that. So many things are there, and she's too occupied, overworked, and for the man, he cannot see that because man counts in task. Men count in task, and for a man, when they check out a task, so it's complete.
Right.
So for women, they don't have a task list.
No.
They have everything in their mind. And it's overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
So when it comes to communication about this thing, if a woman says that I need more support, the man listens that I am failing. I am doing so much, still you want more. That is how the man listens to it. So it's more of a mental, co-regulation kind of thing. And it has to be, both of them have to spend time co-regulating and understanding what's important and what's the priority.
Yeah. Also, I feel more than I mean, though we do have a task list because we have to achieve not just at work, but we are achieving in various categories of life, right? So, but yes, those everything that we do, and that's why women feel very unseen and unheard, is because, as you said, men don't really get this work is invisible. When you have a clean home, when you have hot food on the table, when you have small boxes coming to you in the office, you don't know how this is happening. It's just like ये magically हो ही रहा है. मतलब वो पहले भी होता था, अभी हो रहा है. लेकिन कैसे हो रहा है? कौन कर रहा है? Like, you know. So yeah, you're right. These things are invisible, which kind of make your life what it is today. Those tasks kind of go unnoticed. Even the woman sometimes doesn't know that she's doing all this, you know. But having said that, I feel like what people struggle with is the fact that why do I have to say that support me? Why do I have to ask you to sit down and work this out with me? Are you not seeing that I am juggling? Are you not seeing कि आपके पेरेंट्स का भी मैं कर रही हूँ, बच्चों का भी मैं कर रही हूँ, काम का तो है ही है, घर में पैसे भी मैं लेके आ रही हूँ, हॉलीडे भी हम लोग डच जा रहे हैं आज. व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ डबल इनकम फैमिली, एवरीथिंग इज़ वन बैंक अकाउंट, एवरीथिंग इज़ वन, कार की EMI भी हो रही है, ये सब लोग मिल के सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, वो ठीक है. लेकिन व्हेन इट कम्स टू रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़, आपका टिफ़िन रेडी, हॉट नाश्ता, चाय, ये वो आपको सब मिल रहा है, लेकिन मुझे क्या मिल रहा है? You know, that is the question that most working women would want to ask. Of course, we have managed to create a holistic life for ourselves, and we are doing it, and we are journaling, and we are seeing therapists and all. But when it comes to asking that question, the question is not, can I sit with you and tell you that, oh, I need help picking up the kids? Of course, you're going to do it. But the question is, why do I need to sit down and say this to you? Why is it that you do not think that you can take off something from my plate and say, okay, what do you need from me today? That is the question. And that is how a woman feels seen. So why does that not happen?
Okay, I'll tell you what. So there was one woman who came to me and she has help for everything.
Yes.
House help, everything is there. But and she's working too.
Yeah.
And still she's so overworked and she doesn't have a emotional partnership with her husband. So those emotional things that she is carrying she's not able to share with her husband. She doesn't have the words to talk
Right.
about it. And when she wants to talk about it, he feels that I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a big part of this is because his mother never complained about this. Okay. So, all of a sudden, women want space, women want to talk about it, they want emotional partnership. So, now the men don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the moment a woman puts the word that what's wrong with you or why do you do it this way, it makes him feel that I am not enough or I am failing.
Yeah.
Now she wants more from me, kind of things. And that takes him to a disconnection. So he doesn't
down.
yeah, shut down. So he doesn't feel good about it, and his body doesn't make him feel good. So he shuts down.
Right.
So men when they get heavy on their body,
Yeah.
they need a place to rest.
Yeah.
And maybe 10-15 minutes. I see a lot of men are distracting, they make humor, they use they did distract with humor or they become sarcastic
Yeah.
kind of things. So they do that and they disconnect.
So that's like a defense mechanism.
Defense mechanism. But then these things were never doesn't have a map, what women are saying doesn't have a map. And for a man, map will be much better to understand
Yeah.
than talking.
Right.
Because they don't have the emotional language to understand that,
Yeah.
or possibly even the time to sit down and talk about things which are emotion.
Yeah.
So they are so much heavy on their work
Yeah.
and their commitment. They are thinking long term.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are also heavy.
Yeah.
At the same time, women are also heavy, but it's like, the nature never gave them the tools
Yeah.
to sit and listen.
Yeah.
And the woman the language to talk about it.
Yeah. So basically, the women are doing a lot of self work, self reflection, and women are not, I guess, we are not, we don't feel lesser than when we seek help. Whereas I think if men have to be at par with this emotional need that is on them from their children, from their parents, from their mother, from their father, from their wife, whatever, everybody has emotional needs from everybody.
Yeah.
We tend to be able to rise to those needs because we are not scared, or we don't feel like, oh, we can't ask for help. But I think men find it tough because they can't ask for help, or they don't want to ask for help, or they're ashamed to ask for help. Am I right?
They are not ashamed to ask for help, but asking for help seems like weakness. They were never taught to ask for help.
Yeah.
So they were told that you work it out, do it your way,
Yeah.
and achieve it.
So why another thing I find very um in our culture especially, men do not talk about money with their partners. And this elephant in the room is actually one of the biggest causes of a breakdown in this engine, which we call marriage. Because this is such a big part of who we are, right? Providing is such a big part of what we do for our family, for our children, for our parents. And then when two people who are driving this engine can't communicate about this, it's, according to me, I feel it's a big breakdown in this engine. So why is it that Indian men find it so tough to talk money with their spouse?
So again, everything goes back to
Conditioning.
cultural conditioning. So when you want to talk about money for a man, it's like the money is more of an identity,
Yeah.
self-worth.
Yeah.
So if you want to ask about money, he will feel, like I have to open every cards,
Yeah.
and it feels shameful.
Yeah.
So if he is not able to manage so much money,
Yeah.
then he will certainly not speak about it.
Okay.
But then there are men who earn a lot and they speak about it, blah 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 blah.
But they are still not being able to talk money with their spouse. Yeah. What are we planning? How are we doing this? Are we, what is our, you know what I mean? Like when we sit down and, like, suppose we're at work, how we talk money at work, finances at work. Home is also like, it's a production, right?
Right.
Because there are children, there is whatever. Today we have staff, we have EMIs, we have everything going.
Yeah.
Two people, and of course I don't know what happens in the West and other parts of the world, but I know for a fact that, and I've heard this from so many women, that this is like one elephant in the room. Okay, oh, it's yours only, na, take it whenever you want, or do, it doesn't matter if the woman is working or not, she is co-running this engine with you. So she needs to know what are the resources, वो पेट्रोल कहाँ से आ रहा है या कितना भरने वाला है, something like that. So you need to have joint conversations about money with anybody. They are happy to have this conversation with their parents, but they feel very threatened to have it with their wife, even though the wife is like the conductor of this bus that he's driving.
Yes.
So
What happens is, with his parents, he is accountable. So he is accountable with his parents from the childhood.
yeah,
And if he's earning, he's doing good, he will get a praise from there.
yeah, but he's not going to get praised.
Men don't think in the way that if you share your, like for them, if I give an expense to my wife, this is the house expense that's
Yeah.
she will do
Whatever she needs to.
she can do. Now if she wants more, I'll give more.
Right.
Okay, but men don't understand that when you share the home and when you share the money with her, maybe she can do things better.
Yes.
Okay, maybe, because every family is different.
Yes.
And maybe the kind of lifestyle or well-being, you can balance it better if she knows about the money.
Yeah.
Okay, But then there's always a scarcity about if she knows about how much money I have, maybe she'll spend it. Okay, that can be there, or it can be like if I talk about all these things, maybe she'll talk to somebody else. There's a lot of things involved about money.
Yeah.
And money is something Indian families keep it secret.
Yeah.
They don't want to share.
Yeah.
Nobody will share how much gold they have.
Right.
Nobody will share. So hardly what happens is when a man in the family dies, the family hardly knows where the money is kept or where the gold is kept.
Yeah.
What they can inherit from that.
Right.
So that is a subject which is kind of a taboo. So
Yeah.
they don't want to discuss that with the family.
So when you have, suppose you are having a coaching session with a couple, what is your tip that you give to the two spouses when it comes to money? This is how you all should join forces. Because this is dysfunctional, right? Like when a man is not talking about money and a woman in her head is thinking, why can't I do this? Why can't I, do XYZ? Why do I have to be accountable for XYZ that I'm doing? Because she's like, I'm putting as much money, as much effort in this family as you are, whether I'm working or not working, that is irrespective.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing the other heavy lifting that you are not doing. And if she's working, then to more so, कि भाई, I'm doing this also and I'm working also. So now, how can you say that, you cannot do this and you cannot do that? And the man is not giving his full expectation. So there's no clear picture of what's happening.
So see, when you say that she is overworking, see, it's actually a 50-50 kind of partnership.
No, I'm saying from the woman's perspective.
Yeah. So woman, first of all, the woman has to stop thinking that she is overworking. She has to talk this with her husband.
Right.
And this is something they have to do together.
Right.
Okay. So we don't want to weigh one person is heavy, other person is not heavy. But if you take the emotional side, the man is more heavier than the woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So he has a lot of emotional burden because he's carrying it all.
Right.
So what happens is, I'll tell you what, for a man, he carries everything. He's not talking. Everything is stored in the body. It doesn't get released. He goes for addiction.
Yeah.
So whatever he does,
Escapism.
escapism kind of thing.
Yeah.
So his emotions are not regulated.
Right.
So if he is able to regulate well,
Yeah.
he will be more present in the family.
Okay.
So basically, because he is not doing emotional regulation, his presence is low.
So even in this, in money matters, the presence which is low. Presence matters. So if you're emotionally regulated, you'll be more present in every aspect.
Yes.
You'll be more present for your spouse, basically.
Yes, and that goes for women also.
Right.
When woman is working somewhere,
Yeah.
and she's managing the maid and all the, like, some people have 3 to 4 maids.
Right.
Someone to look after the children, and different times different people come in.
Right.
So she's also doing a lot of things.
Right.
So she also needs presence.
Right.
So what happens in a household, it becomes a blame game.
Yeah.
Instead of, because both of them don't have time basically.
Yeah.
So they have to find a time, sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
And to talk about this subject, they need a language,
Yes.
which is not right now the kind of language they have
Is
not
accusated.
accurate for this.
Yeah.
Because the language also comes from the emotional inheritance.
Yes.
Okay. So when we are sad, we have some internal dialogues that we use.
Right.
Okay. The same way for each emotion. And for the woman, it comes from her family. For the man, it comes from their family. And this is not the language where you can discuss, money and all those things.
Yeah.
So when that emotional dialogue continues in your mind, it turns into conflict. So it's dependent on both.
Yeah. Correct. So basically the language that is being spoken also is possibly very accusatory right now.
Yeah.
Where you're both accusing each other, but actually you're talking through a glass film because nobody can understand the other one's language.
Right.
Basically, you're
So it's like, see, if my wife doesn't get something, if I tell her, wait, you didn't get it,
yeah,
give me 10-15 minutes, I'll explain it in better manner.
yeah,
So maybe she can understand.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So if she doesn't still understand, maybe I have to change my words.
Correct.
So that doesn't come from a man and that doesn't come from a woman.
Yeah,
So they need to pause when they see that conflict is arising. They need to pause
yeah,
and they need to take some time, reevaluate what they're talking and how they want to present it,
right.
and then come back and talk about it.
Okay. Yeah.
So it doesn't end in conflict.
Yeah, because most of the times what happens is when you have big conversations, when you are young, you're having big conversations which involve maybe young kids. There's what decision of school to take. When the kids become bigger, there are other bigger things that you're fighting about. And there are always things that are there which you must fight about and which you must argue about. In all of this, I feel, of course, it is also a personality type, but the silent treatment that exists in most relationships comes from, usually, more often than not, from the husband,
Yeah.
where there is a shutdown and there is like, I don't know what they are thinking in their head when the silent treatment comes about. But from a woman's perspective, it is extremely demeaning and extremely, how shall I say, it is like, means मेरी कोई value ही नहीं है.
Yeah.
Where you have taken to this route of silent treatment means I am nothing in your life. If you are fighting with me, I'm still something for you. But you have taken the route of silent treatment means I'm nothing for you, basically. So you feel small and you feel unseen. But the man, of course, has another perspective of why the silent treatment is being adopted. So I would love to hear that perspective.
So for a man, silence is better than surrender, and men go silent because they don't want to escalate the conflict.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens is most of the time when the man goes silent, it's the woman starts talking, they kind of nagging.
Yeah.
And it happens, he will go silent. Or he will go silent when he is helpless.
Yes.
Okay. So you have to understand that when the man goes silent, he is helpless.
Okay.
When he gets angry, it's fear.
Yeah.
So when he doesn't want to escalate situation and he moves out, obviously the woman thinks that I am invalidated, I am not
Yeah.
good enough,
Yeah.
and maybe he doesn't love me,
Yeah.
all kind of things. But that silence is uh, kind of a defense for not escalating the situation.
Yeah.
Or
But what happens, what tends to happen is that it escalates even more because of this passive, it's called passive aggression, right? When you're going to keep quiet, it's going to be passive aggressive, where, the woman is going to get more and more worked up because that's the nature of, and of course, this is based on personality types. Of course, there's subtypes, women also do the silent treatment bit and all of that. But more often than not, we see it more in men because maybe they can't express or they don't know how to say their bit without maybe lashing out, getting angry, whatever might be the
so
case.
exactly. So men, when their emotions rise up,
Yeah,
they don't know, they don't have a language to express the emotion.
yeah,
So either that helplessness, fear will turn to anger,
yeah,
or the other way is to keep silent.
right.
Now, what happens in a family is these things cumulatively escalate.
Yeah,
So for the woman, it's like last time you did that, and for the last 12 years you're doing this.
yeah,
So she can remember something 12 years back.
yeah.
And he says, I don't remember the last time. How can she talk about 12 years back? So that's how it is.
Yeah,
So it's cumulative.
yeah,
So what I say is, in the family, they need words to express this. This cannot be done the way they are doing right now.
yeah,
So along with boundary, they need language.
right. But language, how does one learn this language?
So there inside my community, I teach them about some phrases that they can start with, so that allows both of them to pause,
Yeah.
take some time, rethink what they want to talk, and come back and then talk.
Yeah.
Instead of escalating the situation.
Right.
So when I talk about language, it also means that you need a boundary about not bringing up the past again and again in every conversation,
Right.
because it spoils every conversation.
Yeah.
And it's going to spoil the whole relationship.
Correct.
So okay, but then what happens is that for a woman, there is a past that she still carries, and maybe the man also carries the past, but that needs to be resolved. But that needs to be resolved in a separate context. They both have to sit and say, but they can't do something going backward.
Right.
So we can do only going forward.
Yeah.
So maybe you just listen to the person. If she is carrying the past, you listen to her.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay? Validate her that she had to go through those things.
Right.
Because in my marriage, I understood after 10 years of marriage.
Yeah.
So lot of things are cooked up.
Yeah. No, and a lot of things are left unsaid by the man as well. The woman too is feeling like we feel an ocean. Like, it is a bubbling ocean. कि मैं जितना बात करूं उतना कम है.
Yes.
But what happens is that when you are in the middle of that conflict, the moment you start talking, you start crying.
Yeah.
And the moment you start crying, men start shutting down because they're like, I cannot talk to you.
Yeah.
This is
Because he doesn't understand that language.
He doesn't understand that language.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for women, it's not emotional regulation. She has to reduce the flow.
Yeah. Right.
She is flowing, like
Yeah.
you said, she has an ocean.
Yeah.
So even when she talks about her past,
Yeah.
it comes live to her.
Yeah.
As if
You're
it's
reliving it.
right now happening.
Yeah.
Okay. But for a man, it's very difficult to understand that
Yeah.
she's actually going through that right now.
Right.
For him, it is like, why do you bring that again and again?
Yeah.
We have talked about it. I said sorry,
Yeah.
but then again you're talking about that.
Correct.
Because she's not enough with reliving it.
Yeah. And she can understand that you can't understand.
Yeah.
You can see it on that person's face, right? When I'm talking to it, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm just going to be like, hello. Like, how can you not understand what I'm saying? Like, so obviously then that person is going to be like, but we're not even talking about this. And you're digressing from
Yeah.
the point. So, of course, that is like men are from Mars and women are from Venus. It's that kind of situation. But what would your power-packed advice be for a new couple that is getting married? What are the 3 things that both sides should remember? Because, of course, conflict, and once you get married, conflict is a part of marriage, as is love, as is togetherness, as is everything. But conflict is a very, very big part because you're living with a person who you have never lived with before.
Right.
So what are the 3 things that you would tell the husband and the wife to remember before they get into this situation?
So the 3 things are one is they are getting into a marriage,
Right.
and now it's their life. Okay? In most marriages, what happens is parents are there, everybody is there, but they have to understand that at the core, it's their marriage.
Yeah.
So when it comes to anything between them,
Yeah.
they should not seek advice outside.
Okay.
Okay, not from their parents, his parents, kind of things. So that is one thing, and then there's something called emotional predictability.
Yes.
Okay, so both of their actions should be predictable to each other. Now what happens is, when 2 people are in a love or they are dating each other, they are in a
Hunky dory.
rosy
Yeah.
kind of thing, and the moment they get married, the man feels the next day the woman's changed.
Yes.
So she becomes the wife and he's still that man or the boy. Okay. So she's changed. Now the next day she stepped into the home, her priorities have changed, She wants to rewire everything, she wants to arrange everything. And then he's like, what happened to you suddenly?
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't understand.
Right.
So all those things have to be, see, now this is very vocal that this is happening in every marriage.
Yes.
And they have to speak about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is changed. Now what you can expect from me, and I won't be predictable like we were dating.
Yeah.
So now I am doing this.
Yeah.
So this has to be talked between them.
Okay.
So this will be different for every couple.
Correct.
Okay.
Because every woman will deal with it differently.
Yeah, because of all this, what's happening is now the unmarried men and women, they are thinking whether we should get into marriage or not.
Most people are thinking not. Most people are thinking not.
I see comments in my Insta also. Some people are saying that if you have to care for your children so much, better be not get married.
So, of course, so this is one aspect. And then, as you said, when that woman suddenly changes, वो wife बन जाती है. And you're right. The moment you get married, as a woman, I can say there's something that shifts in your head.
Yeah, because woman from the childhood, she's told that this is not your home.
Yeah.
Your home is where you get married.
Correct.
Okay, so she's waiting for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something called the rite of passage.
Yeah.
Okay, for a woman, the puberty is a rite of passage.
Yeah.
For men, they hardly go through this rite of passage. Now, what used to happen earlier in the olden years or tribal villages, where the boy becomes mature, kind of 18 or something, so they used to, pierce his body. They used to use swords and all those things, injure him, and just leave him. So,
To man up.
yeah, so when he survives, he becomes a man.
Correct.
So that used to be the rite of passage.
Yeah.
Now in this modern world, there's no rite of passage.
Yeah.
So there's the only way is like, when the man is grown up, the mother has to separate from the man and he has to go up and take up some challenge.
But this now you have opened a can of worms after saying this, because in the Indian system of how we live, which we are celebrating living in joint families and all of that, but as we are, and you are the working with so many couples and all, but I'm as a practically, as we are living it also, we're seeing that this system of joint family is failing now more than ever,
Yeah.
because I don't know for what reason, but it is failing miserably. And then there is the added complication of when you have children. एक तो ये तो है ही कि भाई the wife has changed. I'm what I was. I'm still the boyfriend, and the wife has become, the girlfriend has become the wife suddenly. Then the child comes. फिर वो wife भी नहीं है, वो तो माँ बन जाती है, और मैं अभी boyfriend ही हूँ. तो ये gap जो bridge करने का situation है, and then there is the added complication of living with the boy's parents. वो saying देखो मेरा बेचारा बेटा कितना सहट कर रहा है, like, so it is so much of stuff that's happening for the woman, for the child in this situation, where the child is, if it's just a normal situation, then theek hai, the man and the woman kind of figure out, they kiss, they make up, they fight, they kiss, make up, fight, whatever. But when it escalates and it is becoming conflict, then the child is paying the price for it. The parents, of course, because they don't want to see this every day of their life, so they are paying the price for some kind of conflict. And it is going unresolved. So that is why I feel like when two people get married, they need a toolkit.
Yeah.
That this is my toolkit. These are the 3-4 things that I need to remember as a man and a wife, that we need to kind of have this in place. Honeymoon से पहले ये होना चाहिए कि भैया ये कर लो. Whether you do anything else or not, this is what is going to keep your marriage secure. So that is what I feel like people should know. And
So see, again, I'll tell you, emotional predictability is one thing. Emotional safety is one thing.
yes,
So emotional safety makes sure that you don't end up in conflict.
yeah,
Or if you have something, you talk it in different packets
yes,
so it doesn't escalate.
yeah,
And for a woman also, her mother didn't give her any language to talk to the man so that
Yeah.
she can make him the way
Yeah.
she wants.
Yeah.
So even she doesn't. Most of the women don't have that language. When she comes, she becomes the wife, and she doesn't know why he's acting like this, and she keeps blaming them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like you said, the toolkit, they need to have some kind of a framework where they know they fit in.
Right.
So they need to speak this before the marriage
Yeah.
and get into that framework.
Yeah. 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 Correct. So, what are the three things? There's emotional predictability.
One is this toolkit.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is emotional predictability
Yeah.
and emotional safety.
Yeah. Correct. So, these three things they need to make sure that
And
they
this
have-
toolkit has to bring presence in between that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how would you, uh, when we are in this situation, especially with children, should if the family would like to, the family has figured out that we are not being able to navigate this by ourselves, should the entire family seek coaching, or should the man seek coaching separately?
When you say family
Means like the child, husband, wife, everybody, so that everybody is kind of talking the same language.
no.
Or
If the husband and wife learn something,
yeah,
they will automatically
the child is
the
double.
child will mirror it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
And what is emotional heavy lifting?
Emotional heavy lifting is something that they carry. They carry a lot of things as a burden,
Yeah.
but they rarely keep it down.
Yeah.
So they don't have a place to keep it down.
Yeah.
So I believe every man should have one space at home
Yeah.
where he can sit, and when he sits there, the family should understand that he is
He's unloaded.
recovering from the thing.
So, sometimes what happens is you identify, because of course you're living with your spouse, so you know that something seems to be the trouble. It might not be about me or about the children. It might be something that happened for you at work, or for you at, some with another friend possibly, or maybe your parent or something like that. But usually what happens is when you identify that in your spouse, you go and ask your spouse, like how you would ask a girlfriend, like that, hey, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? You're looking a bit upset. There's a defense mechanism that comes that says, no, I'm absolutely fine. Why? What's the problem? Like, why are you asking me this kind of question? Which is a response that you don't expect, because when you ask this to a friend, they say, yeah, you know what, this happened, blah, blah, blah happened, and all, like this. So the moment the man gives this reaction, the woman again goes back, takes 10 steps back. And then the man again feels alone in that journey of emotional regulation. So how do you circumvent that? How do you, because then the kids also, once the kids grow older, the kids can also see, okay, there is something. So the kids will go and ask, okay, bhai, what happened? Didn't have a good day today. And then the man is getting madder and madder and madder because he doesn't want to answer these questions. But as a family, you feel that let's be there for this person because, he's one of us and we need to make sure that he's okay. So, of course, everybody's coming from a good space per se. But eventually what tends to happen is that there seems to be a little bit of a volcanic reaction to coming from a good space. So, how do you navigate this situation?
So I think that question itself comes at the knock time.
Okay.
Okay. So the husband wife, they have to take a day route. Maybe they go for a walk in the evening,
Right.
and then they talk about each other.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
So that makes a space where they can open up.
Yeah.
So in the house,
The husband is feeling, you see the husband is feeling low, you say, listen, why don't we go for a walk? Or
Yeah.
why don't we go and get a coffee? Or why don't we go and do something and get out of that situation?
yeah.
So that he feels safe to maybe communicate
Right.
and talk.
So maybe not in public. When they say coffee, when they go into a cafe,
Yeah,
they see other people, and then that same cycle starts.
correct.
So maybe they go for a walk, or not even drive. Drive is also risky.
Yeah,
But if they go for a walk or sit outside in the nature,
yeah,
so they can ground themselves, and then they start talking about this. And this can become a ritual.
right.
Okay, so this can be a weekly ritual.
Yeah.
They can take some time, maybe 1 hour a week,
Yeah.
sit someplace without any disturbance and talk about their life.
Right.
How they can support each other.
Right. Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah, that is because you don't want to be that person also who is not supporting your spouse in that way as a woman also. Of course, you also want to be supported.
Right.
But this is what maybe happens where you kind of jump in to protect. As a woman, you jump in to say, no, what's happening? Come, let's fix it. And the man is like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to, be bothered right now. And then you take it in a wrong sense and the kids are just like, oh, papa's always acting.
See, I tell people, when you are in the office, okay, if you want to talk to your boss, you choose a time when
Yeah.
you check whether he's happy,
Yeah.
he's sad, he's angry. So you choose a right time to talk.
Right.
Okay. But rarely you do that at home
Yeah.
because we don't have that kind of a structure at home.
Yeah.
So going for a walk and doing this, maybe sitting in a park, kind of, there are a lot of rituals that a family needs.
Yeah. Correct.
Again, you need rituals with children also.
Yeah.
Because you have to know their world also.
Yeah.
Children's world are changing right now.
Yeah.
And when my children used to sit on YouTube and watch long hours, I used to ask them. So there are a lot of things, their friends talk about
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they want to be at par.
Right.
So
So they want to speed up with it.
yeah. So they have this challenge, they feel that pressure to keep up with other kids.
Right.
So they have to know everything.
Right.
It's different that they want to get into that conversation, but they still need to know that.
Yeah. Correct. Thank you so much. This was an absolute pleasure. And I'm sure that people who are going to hear this are actually going to take back so much and make those small changes and everybody's spouses are going to be pleasantly surprised. Don't forget to tell us in your comments if they are. But again, thank you so much for making the time and coming here and having this conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.